The Maid's Armor by Ryan Baker. The date is October 1st, 2997. The location is the town of Westmond. Westmond is a town in the Gothage Kingdom. The Gothage Kingdom is in the dimension of Octiviox. There is someone in the town. The person is Coraline Frost, a maid. She works for Archie Gibson, a CEO. Archie is the CEO of Microtronics, an electronics company. She is currently at Redwood Mansion, the home of Archie Gibson. It is early evening. "This is strange," said Coraline. "What are you talking about?" asked Camille Boatwright, another one of the maids. "It's not like Archie to me like coming home," replied Coraline. "Hey," said Camille, "you're right." Camille had looked over the doorway. She doesn't see the car. "There's something should be done about this," said Camille. "Yes," said Coraline. "I have an idea." "What are you talking about?" asked Camille. "I have the cell phone number," said Coraline. "I get it now," said Camille. "You're going to call him to check on him." "Exactly," said Coraline. At that moment, Camille proceeds to take out her cell phone. She proceeds to call Archie's cell phone number. She soon gets a dial tone. "This isn't good," said Coraline. "What is it?" asked Camille. "I'm getting no response from Archie," replied Coraline. "Oh my God," said Camille. "This is serious." "Yes," said Coraline. At that moment, Coraline thinks of something. "Archie's car has a GPS tracking system on it," said Coraline. "That's right," said Camille. "You should be able to find the last known whereabouts of Archie." "Exactly," said Coraline. At that moment, Coraline proceeds to access the GPS tracking system. She proceeds to bring up the last known location of Archie's car. She soon finds that last known location of Archie's car. "Oh dear," said Coraline. "This isn't good." "What is it?" asked Camille. "His car is located outside wasted forest crypts," replied Coraline. "This isn't good," said Camille. "Yes," said Coraline. "It looks like I have to go save him," said. "Hopefully he can be found alive," said Camille. "Of course," said Coraline. At that moment, Coraline heads over to her quarters. She soon enters her quarters. She accesses a particular part of the room. She opens the closet. She sees a set of powered armor. "So," said Coraline, "it's there. It's still in good condition." She also sees her other equipment, includes a plasma rifle, several energy coils, a combat knife, and some other items. "So," said Coraline, "it's all here." At that moment, Coraline proceeds to put on the powered armor. She gets all of the items. At that moment, Coraline proceeds to leave the room. She heads over to the garage. She goes over to her motorcycle. Camille sees her leave the place on her motorcycle. "I sure hope she can rescue Archie," Camille said to herself. Camille sees Coraline leave the area. "I sure hope Archie is safe," said Coraline said to herself. Soon enough, several minutes had passed. Coraline soon sees the graveyard in the distance. "So," said Coraline, "there it is." She proceeds to head over to the place. Moments later, she arrives at the place. "So," said Coraline, "I'm finally here." At that moment, she proceeds to park her motorcycle in the nearby parking lot. She sees Archie's car nearby. "So," said Coraline, "there's Archie's car. He must be nearby." At that moment, she looks around the area. At that moment, she notices footprints nearby. They are leading into the graveyard. "So," said Coraline, "the tracks lead into the graveyard." At that moment, Coraline proceeds to head into the graveyard. She doesn't realize that Archie is being held by a small group of ghouls. The group is led by Hellsorrow. "You ghouls won't get away with this," said Archie. "Help is coming." Archie is hit by one of the ghouls. They don't realize that Coraline is getting closer to their location. "I'm getting closer to the location," said Coraline. At that moment, Coraline sees a trail leading up to a crypt. "So," said Coraline, "the trail leads up here." At that moment, Coraline heads over to the location. Soon enough, several minutes have passed. Coraline arrives at the entrance of the crypt. "So," said Coraline, "I'm finally here." At that moment, she hears Archie's voice. "So," said Coraline, "he's still alive. That's good." She heads on her way into the crypt. At that moment, she hits the stone. The stone hits a nearby wall. It alerts the ghouls. Hellsorrow notices the sound. It seems we have an intruder here." "Get 'em, ghouls," said Hellsorrow. At that moment, the ghouls rush towards Coraline's location. She sees them come into view. "They are here," said Coraline. "They must have kidnapped Archie." At that moment, Coraline starts fighting the ghouls. Soon enough, several minutes have passed. that Coraline measures to kill the ghouls. That only leaves the lead ghoul, said Coraline. At that moment, she sees the lead ghoul, Hellsorrow. So said Coraline, you're the leader of this group. Yes, said Hellsorrow. Now you die. At that moment, they start fighting. Soon enough, an hour has passed. Coraline soon wins the fight. Hellsorrow dies from his wounds. That was certainly interesting, said Coraline. She looks for Archie. She soon finds Archie. Archie sees her. Coraline, said Archie. Is that you? Yes, said Coraline. I'm here to save you. That's good, said Archie. Let's get out of here. At that moment, the pair leave the crypt. They soon head back to the mansion. Camille sees them return. I'm glad you guys could come, said Camille. Of course, said Coraline. At that moment, they go about their business. They have no idea what will happen next. The end. The realms are vast, the battles endless. Ride alongside Chaos Call the Wanderer for sanctums of redemption and shadow worlds. Follow Tyr's Katarian, the half-elf ranger, as she hunts secrets that could alter the fate of all existence. Subscribe to fantasy and science fiction as Storynory and join the Warrior Omega universe. Every tale it reveals a new legend. Ring the bell and step into the next chapter of destiny.